I'm Phyllis. I live in my van. Hello, my tribe, and hello to all new viewers who are here today. I'm going to show you about changes I've made to my rig since I've been on the road. I've been on the road for about 3 years, and I did do a van tour about 2 years ago. It's pretty rough. It was early in my YouTube career. But I don't think I really talked a lot about the changes. So I'm going to talk about all the changes I've made from the beginning. And there's still been a lot since that video. So let's have a look around. Hey, baby. Good boy. This is a Dodge Promaster 2500 short wheelbase. There are 2 or 3 larger Promasters, but this one works for me, and I can fit in any parking spaces. There are a lot of pickup trucks that are larger than my rig. There's my head. That's my bed. That's a single bed. Memory foam mattress from Walmart with a foam topper. And the first thing I'll show you is something I did. The very first thing, I don't usually have a lamp on my bed, by the way. There used to be another shelf below this one, and it was so low, I couldn't put my feet upright. So that was the first thing I did, was take down that shelf. There used to be a shower stall right like from about here, and it took up this much room. It was a lot, and it's not a large van, so I just didn't want to give up that much space. So I took the shower stall out, and this way I can have a large seating area. Plus it felt so claustrophobic. That's another memory foam mattress from Walmart that I cut up and just hand sewed fabric around it. And that's Buddy. Well, this isn't awkward at all. Yeah, that's my foot. I don't know what to say about how many things have gone wrong with this shelf. The lady who, I hired this lady, and she was a drunk, to fix the shelf, and I think I've got some pictures to show you. And it was so wonky, it was horrible. I had to brace it later, and I paid her for it. And then I hired what I think was someone who was on another illicit substance to put this shelf in, and he screwed it up so bad. It's before, this part was down to here, and then so I would have a lip inside so stuff didn't fall out. Well, for some reason he did that instead of down to here. It sounds like a small thing, but it had a huge effect. I know these doors look horrible. They're a work in progress. I didn't like having it all open. This is canvas board. I plan to paint a mural somehow across those, and I got these really good hinges, but apparently I put them on in a way they weren't intended to, so I paid a lot of money for hinges that they'll stay open. So they've gotten warped hanging around inside the van, so you know, they're like that. But I'm gonna figure out a way to fix them, and hopefully that's gonna be really awesome. I think I did this before the first video, but I put in new floors. There was this black peel and stick tile, and it was awful. Glue, they were separating, and the glue was in between, and I couldn't clean because the dirt would stick to the glue. So I did not do a great job. I do recommend this flooring. I'll find it and put a link in the description. It's vinyl plank flooring from Lowe's. It's a tongue and groove floating floor, and you see it's shifted. I should have put spacers around the outside, and when I saw I was messing up, I stopped putting the trim in, so it does not have trim all the way around. That meth head guy who did the shelf and part of my kitchen also, I asked him to put this material all the way across, and well, that's what he did. So the biggest, this I need to repaint clearly. The biggest change, I think, is my kitchen area. Originally it was black when I bought it, and they just cut off that composite material, and instead of putting veneer on, they used electrical tape. Like, electrical tape's not a design feature. But I bought this butcher block countertop at Lowe's and the matching backboard. And I had this stove installed, which I love. I used to use just a Coleman stove, and it was fine, but having to drag it up and down off the counter, and I actually cook, so I wanted like a real stove, and it runs off propane, and the tank is in my garage. I also got this beautiful sink. It's a little bit bigger than the sink that was in there before, and it's very deep. I wanted a deep sink so I can wash my pots. And I wish I'd gotten a better faucet. Don't skip on a faucet, I guess, because it doesn't sit right, and it leaks sometimes from here or here. But I do love having that sprayer faucet. I can wash my hair in my sink, which is great. That guy, and this kills me. Like, I could have done a crappy job myself, but I paid for someone to do a crappy job. Look at that corner. I mean, what was he thinking? And he cut it like this. Is the cut part. Why didn't he turn it around and have the cut part on the other end that didn't show? So I'm gonna have to sand that down and finish it. I did put, I really like the color of this wood, and if I'd used an oil-based polyurethane, it would have turned it like that yellow oak color, and I don't like that. So I did 6 coats of a water-based polyurethane on this countertop, and it's held up pretty well. But oh my gosh, I'm just I can't even tell you how unhappy I am with this guy's work. That shelf was there before, but I made these little curtains for it. I also made a curtain to go over the shelf over my bed. It just helps to cover up, you know, your mess. Just makes it look neater. I love that. I'm gonna do a gadget video soon. I love that clamp for my iPad, and I can watch movies in bed. Clearly I have the whole insulation and this stuff off the back door fell off. So I took what had not fallen off down, and I need to redo it. I know it looks awful, and that's like the one part of the van that's not insulated. So this is a work in progress. This is a small thing that makes a big difference in my quality of life. I got these curtains at Target, and the nice ladies at Van Aid hemmed them for me. And this way I can just close my curtains for immediate privacy. I don't have to put up my window shades if I don't want to. And plus the window shades don't really cover you up. But on the left side, it's just stuck in a hole in the metal. Let's see if we can see it. It's just stuck in a hole in the metal. And on the other side, sorry, I'm making you dizzy. I got this great magnet hook on Amazon. I highly recommend those. And it is so strong, y'all. It's actually really hard to move. It's really secure. And I love my curtains. I did have like a bug screen that was velcroed on, one of the traditional looking ones, but it was already a little bit torn up, and then Buddy tore it up for good. He ran through it one day and it just went. So I got this fabric for $6 at Walmart. It's this gauze fabric, and it makes a really nice bug screen. Plus it's pretty when I have it open. I'm really pleased with it. The bug curtain is held up with these magnets I got on Amazon. They're like, what you call them, rare earth magnets, and they're really strong. And it covers up that metal part right there. And then that area right there, that's insulation that I just covered with vinyl fabric. I think it works out pretty well. You see this gray plastic? That's what most of I think all of the walls were covered with when I first got it. So imagine that, and a black floor and a black countertop and navy cushions. It was like a tomb. I love the vans that are covered with wood on the walls and the ceiling. They're beautiful, they look like cabins, but that adds a lot of weight, and that will cut down on your gas mileage. So I got this white vinyl fabric from Hobby Lobby. It's not expensive. I think it's about $6 a yard. And I've covered most of my walls with this material. It's easy to clean, and I recommend it. even with all that said, all the problems, all the mistakes in hiring people I shouldn't have hired, I love my van, I really do. It is still a work in progress, but it works for me. It's a humble van. It's not one of those fancy build outs, but I really love it. I really do. Thank y'all for being here. I love you. Bye.